Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me. This is Damian Maynard, and this is Maynard After Midnight. I've had something brought to my attention here earlier this week. Yesterday, I went out and went to was supposed to be a meeting on this gentleman. His name is Cyrus, who was helping homeless people in our area, and he was shut down. His home that he opened up to people to come and stay at was shut down by the city and by the police. So I went out to his place yesterday, and I spent the day there. I spoke to him, not able to speak to him at length because he was busy trying to house people who had been removed from the places that that he had built for them. This man built a few little, what I would call cottages. They're small cottages that he built on his property, and complete with, they're fully functional homes as far as living quarters go. They're all framed out. They have electricity. They are insulated. They have air conditioners, and in the South here, it gets extremely hot and humid. It's not a dry heat at all. It's very humid, and a lot of the folks that he helps are actually he's got a couple of vets there, and he has people who suffer from PTSD and just a myriad of problems that comes along with being homeless, or effects that homelessness has on people. So he goes out into the community, and he invites these people to his home. He has these places professionally built, and some of the stuff was not up to code. His electricity, some things were wrong with his electrical stuff, but other than that, there wasn't really any problems as far as I could see with what he was doing. He's not in a residential area. He's in an industrial area, which is a whole new complexity in itself. And and I'll be going back there again this week. So to speak to him, get some photos, and maybe speak to him at length a little more. But the city came in. Let's start from the top. He had a problem with some of the people that he had brought in that they were just not good people. They were not really acquiesced to that environment. So he had the police remove them, and when the police removed them, they filed a report with the police and said, this is what this guy does, and he's got a bunch of stuff wrong with his place. So they went to his house, entered it without a search warrant, and proceeded to do what police do. And the whole fact of the matter is that after this happened, the city came in, they shut him down, they shut off his gas, they shut off the electricity to the other to the outbuildings that he had provided electricity for, which I guess it was not coming off of his main source of power. So they shut off all the power to the rest of the stuff, which they could have given him a little time to fix or whatever, but they didn't. They just shut it off. And the gas company, who is the electric company and the gas company are combined here, so it's one entity. And I've got a little bit of footage from yesterday that I'm going to share, and hopefully it comes through all right. Trying to get it on now. And if anyone wants to join me, just say something in the chat and I'll invite you on. I have no problem with that. In fact, I will probably put into the chat, I'll just provide the link in the chat so that anyone that wants to pop on can. Hello, Kristen. How are you tonight? So there's the link for the Hangout, and I will share this. There was a conference yesterday. So I was at the conference, the media conference, I guess you would call it, media. Press conference with some of the other media sources around. And like always, the news takes 30 minutes of footage and they cut it down to a minute and a half, and they don't really tell the whole story. So I'm really wanting to get his story out there, and to try and render some support for him as far as all this goes, because he needs it. It's imperative that he has it. So we'll see if this will show up. I'm hoping this shows up. So it's going to be kind of quiet, so I'm going to turn my stuff up and hopefully it'll show. And if not, then anyway, he's pouring his heart out here. I know it's very quiet, so you probably can't hear it. I'll also share this. I'll put it in the chat, and I'll see if I can't put it in my description box. And this is on my Facebook. So if you go to my Facebook page, I've got 2 different videos.
There's someone I picked up on the side of the street. It was Mary. Sometimes I pick someone up on the side of the street, and started with a bus stop at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I came up to like what? And I came by and started there. And I was there to the little time after working. So sometimes when you're picking somebody up and they sleep on the streets, sleeping. I used to sleep up to half hour just to get back, and there's nothing moving with my bed.
You own the house, you want to rent it out. Why is that a problem?
It's a simple natural deal. This is more on spiritual plan. Some people that don't want to quit smoking, don't want to quit smoking, and this little subculture through the therapy started to take root inside of my head, you know, in my heart, and we have to eradicate. It still much prettier than that. So, but you know, we want to do it. I mean, and this guy, Kevin's suit. You know, and so, ironically, the city has put only some people want to do some bad things because they put them through the lives to bring up what's down.
Well, it seems like it's way too quiet. It's I actually really wanted to show this one because of how heartfelt it is. But I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this one. This is a little more. This one is a little more closed off, in depth, and maybe the sound is better on it. I didn't realize that the sound was so quiet when I was actually live streaming. So let's see what we get out of this one. It's kind of quiet too.
What's happening right now is that I have driven to pick up people at certain places.
Well, I know you guys can't hear this because I actually have my computer turned all the way up, so it's not going to do what I want it to. But anyway, this gentleman's name is Cyrus Kamini, and again, he's opened up his home to the homeless here, and he's just a fantastic individual. I spent the day with the people that are living in his home, and they were all very happy to have what they have with him. And I will go ahead and put my my Facebook page in the chat room so that anyone that wants to go and look at the videos can. But they were happy to have a place to go, you know, and not saying that some of them are still able to stay there because of the situation being what it is, which I'm not going to put out here. But some of them are still able to stay. They're just not able to stay in the domiciles that are built around the house. So having said that, you know, he's not entirely cut off from being able to help people. But inside the home, in the kitchen, he's built a very large kitchen. He's got 2 gas stoves. He's got a nice pantry. They've got a bread rack and whatnot, and and they work as a home. It works as a domicile. Everyone that lives there, they live there. You know, it's not like a shelter. It's not like anything you've seen before. It's not like that at all. It works as a home. So the city is calling it a business, which he doesn't make any profit. So it's not a business. He's not running a business. And I just find it to be extremely, I guess I find it very wrong that these people have done what they do, because he's trying to help his community in whatever way he can. And the resources that are out there just aren't that great anyway. You go to a shelter and that's a whole different world. And I've been homeless, so I know what that is like. I know what shelters are like, and I know that I didn't like going to them because of not just the feel, but because they can be dangerous. They can proliferate disease. They can, and I'm not saying anything about the shelters that exist, because they exist for a reason. But these are some of the things that can happen within the shelter system. And they, like I said, he operates this home as a home. He operates his home as a place for people to be able to come to get off the streets and to better themselves, and, you know, maintain a job, have a place to live. And for people, there's one person there that had gotten on his feet, and he had a job. He was able to see his kids because of it. And, you know, he had a residence. So when they kicked him out of his little domicile that was built, that all ended, and he went back to the streets. And so now he doesn't have the luxury of being able to see his children the way he was able to before. He more than likely doesn't have his job anymore. And this is all very sudden. It happened very quickly. And the city came and shut everything down. Like I said, they put up signs condemning the buildings or saying that they were inoperable. And I just, you know, I want to help get his message out, because I think that it's so important to take care of. Or to, you know, I think this man needs people to rally around him. And so we're trying to set up a GoFundMe for him now, and so that we can generate a way for him to be able to pay the $5,000 in fines that he's given, and because they're trying to fine him $5,000 for operating a business and or without a business license or just a whole myriad of crap that he has to go through. So, having said that, I will be doing more shows on this. I will be going to his house again and going to do some more in-depth investigation into South Carolina gas and electric. Yes, that would be fantastic, Kristen. That would be great. In fact, all of the work that was done on these small domiciles was done by professionals, but it was done without a permit, supposedly. So, because he didn't have a permit to build, that's why they're racking him up. And that's why they're going after him so hard. And yes, any suggestions that anyone has, please email me. My email is walkforthefallen@gmail.com. Anyone that can maybe bring an organization to help, or in any way assist Cyrus in his endeavor to continue doing this, because really and truly, I see this man as a very kind man. He's got a heart of gold. He treats the people that he brings home like family members. Like I said, it's not like a shelter. You know, I've been to shelters, and you're not treated very well there. And although they have the system, you know, like everyone that has a home has a system, you know, people help pay the bills or whatever. It's not generating a cash flow. It is not generating any type of comeuppance for him. And with the things that have happened, you know, he may have to put up his home for sale in order to continue his endeavor. So the whole fact of the matter is that he's going to continue doing this, whether they like it or not. And if he has to go about it in a different means, then he will. But this is what he's been guided to do by what some people call God, or the spirit above, or the Grand Master, or whatever you want to call it, whatever. Anyway, this is what he's been guided to do. This is his mission. So his mission will not be thwarted. He's going to continue doing this. So I'm making a call for action by everyone that I know and those that I may not know, in order to help this man help our community. So if anyone, if you can't get a hold of me by email, you can call my home phone. I'll leave it, and I'll be sure to put it in the video before I'm done. And just give me a call and we can touch base and talk. I've got Cyrus's number. I've got a couple of other numbers for local groups, including Black Lives Matter. I've got the numbers for a couple of our other agencies who are trying to provide help for him. So if anyone has any kind of information, like I said, email me or give me a call, and I will definitely give those out again before the show is over. So I think this is something that really needs to be brought attention to, and not just in this case. There's other cases which have been brought to light recently concerning people just like this, but maybe not to the extent that this is. And homelessness is a real issue in the United States. We have hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of homeless, and it just proliferates more every day. So for one man to open up his house and bring people that he doesn't know into it, you know, that takes a great generosity and a great motivation and a huge amount of trust. And like I said, I was invited into his home yesterday, and the first thing he asked was, I had stayed up all night. Okay, stayed up all night. I got the paper in the morning and I read this, and so I made another pot of coffee just to be able to stay awake and go to his home. But he said, you know, if you're tired, there's a spare room in there. You can lay down, rest, or whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm great. And so I visited with the people that lived there yesterday, and they told me, you know, everything that I needed to know in order to know how great of a guy this guy was. And so that's why I'm bringing it to you. That's why I'm bringing attention to it, because it's very much a tragedy. And I believe that he needs help, and he's not going to get it from the city. He's not going to get it from the government. He's not going to get it from the powers that be. So it's going to take us to help him, which I'm going to give him all the time that I can give him. I'm going to do everything that I possibly can in order to aid him in getting back up and running in a timely manner. And I'm hoping that I can rally support from not just my viewers, but get shares on this so that we can get it out and bring some more attention to it, because it's that important. I think it's that important. And maybe I can bring up the news just to give you a sense, because I know they had mics on him and everything. I didn't have a mic on him, and I was actually live streaming on Facebook from my phone. So let me see if I can get the news story. This is just one of them that was there. Let me see if I can pull this up. if I can pull it up, I'll search it real quick. All right, what is going on here? Oh, we don't want that anyway. We want local news. Okay, so we will search for it. Aha, I found it, finally. So this is, let me see if I can get the video. Where's the video? Where's the video? Video? Aha, video. So, thank you for being patient, everyone. I will get back over here and I'll screen share it to everyone. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. I love this screen because I can do this. So let's see if this works.
Your
Nearly a dozen people who got themselves off the streets are once again homeless. This after the city of North Charleston fined their landlord, calling their apartments unlivable.
Yeah, the new developments are upsetting many who worked hard to end homelessness in our area. Our Alex Heaton is live in the control room with more tonight. Alex.
Dean Victoria, the city of North Charleston says nearly a dozen people who got now nearly a dozen.
Oh, what is wrong with this? No? What the heck? Is it not going to let me have the... It's not going to let me have the full screen. Okay.
People who got themselves off the streets are once again homeless. This after the city of North Charleston fined their landlord, calling their apartments.
Well, we're going to try this again because I didn't like that.
Nearly a dozen people who got themselves off the streets are once again homeless. This after the city of North Charleston fined their landlord, calling their apartments unlivable.
Yeah, the new developments are upsetting many who worked hard to end homelessness in our area. Our Alex Heaton is live in the control room with more tonight. Alex.
Dean Victoria, the city of North Charleston says 11 people were staying at this property on Carner Avenue. Who got themselves off.
Yeah, the new developments are upsetting many who worked hard to end homelessness in our area. Our Alex Heaton is live in the control room with more tonight. Alex.
Dean Victoria, the city of North Charleston says 11 people were staying at this property on Carner Avenue. Cyrus Kamini owns that property and says he was simply trying to provide low cost and free housing to those in need. The lot has one house with a garage, a barber shop that was divided into 4 apartments, and a house that was divided into 5 or 8 units. There were also people living in 2 U-Haul style box trucks and in 2 storage units on that property. Local attorney William Hamilton and an advocate for the homeless in our area wants officials to recognize that more inexpensive living options need to be provided to help people get back on their feet.
This is a great city to be a tourist in. It needs to be a great city for people to live in, to work in, to travel by transit in, and to live in. And that should be possible for people of limited means, as it once was. This is the city of Porgy. But we're driving Porgy out of his own city.
Hamilton says he wants county officials to give the green light on the area's first tiny house development so that more homeless people can get off the street by this Christmas. Now, a news conference is scheduled for tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And of course, we will bring you all of those developments right here on ABC News 4. Working for you, Alex Heaton, ABC News 4.
And the news conference that she referred to is actually the conference that I was at. So I don't understand where the rest went. Maybe I can find it. But anyway, having said that, you know, it's like I said, it's very much a tragedy what's gone on with this. And I know that there's another story that they did, and I'm wondering where it went. And this is Channel 4 news out of the Charleston area in South Carolina that did this. So I'm going to see if maybe I can get another, the other story that they did during the conference. Here's another story. This is one of the, this is another one of the channels. It was there, is channel 5. And, you know, they were very cordial to him. Pretty nice people, I have to say. So I got to meet with them also. And they were all very nice and actually showed a genuine interest in the story. But again, like I said, you know, we know how media is, mainstream media, where they take a story and they cut it up and hack it up into little pieces and show what they want to show. So the stories aren't that long, which is why I want to do a more in-depth story with him and see what change we can't bring about concerning this, because I feel that it's really that important to do so. Okay. What's going on here? Videos. Okay, well, I hope I don't get a strike for this because I don't know who this is. But we'll see exactly. Oh, I know who this is. Aha. This is the person that was sitting in the room with him, which this woman is she's secretary for Black Lives Matter. And she and I both were interviewing him at this time. So, and she's a really nice lady too. In fact, I have her number also. And I am going to share her video.
You actually started this amazing venture of yours? Like what made you decide to actually do this? Like give us like maybe like a background of about you so we can know you and kind of just walk through us to where you are now.
I guess, like any other people that may be in my position, I just somehow I was during my early development, because of circumstances, I was interrupted, and I became very disturbed as a youth, and had a very rough adult life, and I finally started finding, due to the kindness of other people, way out, and it was an amazing gift to be free to a lifetime of hopelessness. And I became motivated to share what I was so freely given with others. And I'm driven by a force. I'm compelled at times to do things that I can only say are not of myself. There's an interplay.
And when you actually started deciding that to open up your homes and actually set up this kind of oasis of yours?
I never decided. The home just came to me. Things just happened real time, very fast. And these all happened when I became willing to, surrender my life and my will over to anything other than myself. And pray to that entity to relieve me, to show me what should be done. And like a piece on a Ouija board, I'm moved to do this. I become animated in a way that's not of myself. And then when I snap back out of it, there I am with me, and then suddenly that force comes again, drives me, and I do what it tells me or what it will help me do.
That's great. And when you started, you just rented your room, or did you started setting up the little tiny? I love
when I
tiny
first
house.
got this place, everybody here was living for free, and I had been blessed with a sizable sum of money, and we all worked together to just clean it up. I was trying to help people find jobs, and so they can become self-supporting and go to meetings and whatever thing that each person may have. I have been given a unique gift to see a person in a position that I was at one time. And the gift is that I know intuitively what it is that they need at that moment, because I've been in that one. Not what they think they want, what they really needed. And that's what's happened to me along the way, is that some people gave me what I needed when I needed it. And it was not food, it was not shelter, it was something different. At all different junctures, these people appeared in my life. And now I realize that it's of a design that is nothing less than supernatural, and I feel very alive and part of it.
So I think the problem is a lot of people are probably, there's gonna be a side where they're thinking you're just a person, you just wanna break all the rules, the government is just doing what they need to do, they're just doing their job. But I think people are forgetting the human side of it. So take us what your usual day were like. Like today I came in and everybody's eating pork chops and making watermelons and smoothies. I mean, this is a typical. This is what actually you can see typically in somebody's household. So just take us how your days are busy. What do you guys usually cook? Stuff like that.
I don't know how my day's gonna go. When I wake up in the morning, I do my I get on my knees and pray that God will direct my thinking for this day, and I do whatever starts coming to me. Usually it involves driving people for surgery or medication, or could be any number of things. The other day, a guy pulled up in my driveway while code enforcement was here and said, "Here's the keys to my truck, please help me." And I took him down to MUSC and helped him decide so he can get mental help. My day is usually that type of day. Helping people to get to facilities where they can get help, or consulting with somebody about that maybe a next step they need to take, and driving around and going to meetings. I have certain devotional meetings and stuff that I attend to, which recharges my batteries and helps me to stay focused and helping people. I mean, that's how my days go. The rest of it seems to be taking care of itself. There are a lot of people that came here with nothing, and today they've got jobs. They pay, some money to keep this place going, and that's a blessing. And it's kind of a Cyrus scale because it's my home. People sometimes ask me, or they try to talk about democracy and fair. It's not fair. And what I tell them is this is not a democracy. This is my home. I've been invited to live here. And we'll deal with things the way that, we see they should be dealt with. And I've had an interplay, which I can only say is forces of good and evil. Just an hour ago, I got a call from a detective, and my mother's was signed out of a facility last night by somebody. They found an iPhone 6 months in her room. She's been missing now for a good 18 hours. And all during the midst of this. And that's how life is going. I have no really understanding, but it's 1 and 1 doesn't equal 2 in my life. Not anymore. I'm too far into this thing, whatever it is. And so I'm just going to go with it. The rest of it is.
So in this Cyprus Oasis, like, how many have you ever, like, the most you've ever had in the property? I mean, like, usually.
Here,
Mhm.
yeah, a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. And in the cold months, at one point, we had like 20, 25 people here.
And you just take in, do you just take in females, like any age, like you just whenever
all
they
kinds, age, males, females, women with children. We've had all kinds of people come through here. But one common denominator is that something tells me to do it. There are people that have continuously tried to come in here and I haven't let them in. And because I'm not moved by the spirit to do that, somehow I'm moved by a force that tells me, okay, you need to do this now. And I do. So it's an intuitive thought and then intuitive action kind of process. And the rest of it's that too. Intuitive thought, intuitive action. So it's a real-time thing. Very difficult for me to plan when I'm living in a supernatural state. I'm going by what's happening. And this might be.
Go ahead, answer. Yeah, I'm gonna go stop it.
So that kind of gives you an idea of the type of person that he is and how heartfelt this really is. I didn't know that wasn't screen sharing, and I apologize. I will include the video. I'm going to try and include all this stuff into my description box when it's all done, and figure out how to do that so that everyone can go back and watch that if they like. So I just he really is a fantastic gentleman, and he's poured his heart out for the community. And I very much feel like he's been shafted by the city. And I think that in all actuality, the city should be doing something to help him because of what he's doing, I don't see how they can do what they're doing and feel good about it, knowing that he's trying to help people. I find that extremely distressing, and so that's why I'm very much going to try and make it my mission to help him. like I said, we're trying to set up a GoFundMe for him so that we can raise the funds that he needs to get everything put in order so that he can go about his function in society. And I don't exactly know what's going on as far as that goes. I know he does not live in a residential neighborhood. He lives in an industrial neighborhood. So right across the street from where he's at, they are putting a giant warehouse up there, and it's not zoned for residential. It's zoned for commercial use. So as far as that goes, Kristen, I don't know. That's why I said I need to look further into this. And I know for a fact, because I heard this from another person yesterday, that our local gas and electric company is actually being investigated for gouging South Carolina citizens. So price gouging. So that's being investigated also, which I'm going to be doing my own investigation on that and getting a hold of the people that are actually doing the investigation so that I can kind of get up to speed on that. But it just seems like they've totally gone out in left field because they don't like what he's doing. And we all know what's happening to the homeless as far as they're being shuffled out of towns and out of cities and being put into nothing short of jail, basically. Many of the homeless in many cities across the nation are being put into what is essentially a FEMA camp, and they might be able to leave at some point, but they have to, and this is happening in Colombia, so I know this to be fact, that they are not allowed to be on the streets, and they can't be even down the road from the place that is housing them. They cannot leave without some form of transportation by them. So I can include that in another show because I've been reading up on that here lately too. So, and homelessness is not a crime, by the way, but they're trying to make it a crime when they're perpetuating the homelessness themselves. Our government is perpetuating homelessness by using money to do it. If our unemployment rate wasn't as high as it is, and the figures that they're giving to people are all skewed because the unemployment rate is tallied like this. If you're collecting unemployment or you're signed up for unemployment, you count in their tally. But once you've received all your unemployment and you're no longer on unemployment, it doesn't tally into the figures. So we are really, when they say we're at like 9% unemployment rate, the true figure is more in the range of 25% unemployment. If you figure in all the people that have collected all of the unemployment that they can collect, and they're no longer receiving that, or people who haven't even signed up for unemployment, or people who don't qualify for unemployment, or any of those figures are not tallied into the grand scheme of things. So when they say that we're at 9% unemployment, what they really mean is that we're at 25% unemployment, but only 9% are receiving unemployment or qualify for unemployment at all. So let's get real, people. That's what it comes down to. The realities are not what they're showing you. The realities are much, much worse than what they're letting on. And so this may be kind of a short show. Wow. Wonder how long my watch has been like that. Anyway, the whole problem lies in this, that the American people are being lied to. Homelessness is being perpetuated, and they're perpetuating it further by not allowing people to gain the help that they need from people who can offer it to them. So we need to do something to remedy this, honestly. And I need to find out what time it actually really is. Anyway, I think that this is an important issue to address. I think that, and like you said, I know a lot of people that are homeless, and I know some of the homeless in my own community now. And whenever possible, I've reached out to help them. It's not always easy because sometimes they don't want any help, you know, and a lot of times they actually they actually want to try and do it on their own, which can be difficult. And So I think, like I said, I think it's important for us to address these things and to and to help those who we can help. And those who we can't help, well, I guess we can't help them. But those who do need help, those who do want help, there are things that we can do to help them, and that's what we need to be doing as a community, as a country, as you know, as all together as one. This is what we need to be doing. So I'm trying to shed some light on this. I think I've touched base on the homeless thing before, but it really comes down to it really just comes down to this, that we need to be more responsive and more more dedicated to doing these things if we're ever going to make it, if we're going to if we're ever going to become the society that we want to become, then we have to strive to achieve that goal. And we can't achieve that goal if we keep doing things to hinder it. So I've got a bunch of other things to do as far as this goes, and I've got some other research to do. But I really want to thank everybody for being here. Anyone that could give me some insight or maybe has an idea of how to help remedy this, give me a shout. My email is walkforthefallen, WALKFORTHEFALLEN @gmail. And my number is 843-450-1413. Like I said, if you have any good information or any ideas or contacts, or maybe you yourself are an entity that could provide support or help through this for Mr. Kamini, give me a call so that maybe we can help him continue to do what he's doing. And maybe we can bring some fruition to him, So thank you very much. Have a good night, guys. I know it's late, so I do appreciate you being here. And y'all have a good night. See you later.